I am addicted, not to drugs of any kind, but to Japanese tanks. Seriously, these tanks are amazing. I've played every single one of them now, after several days of test server shenanigans, and oh my god, they just feel so right, so correct. They have zero armor, but I love it. I love it. They have so good accuracy, and either they have alright alpha or really great RF. For example, this one has 390 alpha average and 258 pen, and still fires so fast and nice. And the depression, Jesus, I could totally geek out over these tanks. Seriously, let's try to get the. I'm gonna try to be unbiased, but they just feel so right. You can see a lot in this video. Anyway, let's try to get this going before I completely lose my mind. Armor-wise, as mentioned, there is none. Like, look at this upper front plate. If you just look at the tank up front, you get 95 equivalent armor. That's, yeah, or tier 9. So basically, the Panzer IV could pen you up front. Could, obviously. Could. Turret armor is alright, but as you can see, the cupola with its equivalent of 61 millimeter of armor. Yeah, no, there is no armor. Cupola is also pretty big here. Optics, nice targets for tanks that have, I don't know, no guns, I guess, and have to ram into the tank. Seriously, there's no armor. There's not much to say about this, really. There's no armor. Just shoot it straight up ahead. But it just feels so good. Alright, let's get going with the real stuff. Stats. So it's compared to the Leopard prototype, the tier 9 German medium tank. I think that's a pretty good comparison there. And oh my god, look at this. So damage per minute is already 400 higher than the Leopard PDTA. How is that possible? Holy shit, that DPM. It's a DPM monster. Reload time compared to the Leopard. Yeah, the Leopard PTA has a really bad reload time. And that makes me actually think, what is better on the Leopard PTA? Interesting. Well, accuracy is really slightly better. Gun elevation is far better on the Leopard, but yeah, you don't really need that, do you? Oh, mobility, yeah. That's the snatch, isn't it? Leopard is much better. Wow, look at that. Yeah. 3 horsepower per ton doesn't sound much, but it's almost 4 actually. That doesn't sound like much, but it is. It really is. That pretty much is your acceleration right there. So what else? Yeah, here we can see it. Leopard PTA has much better mobility. Mobility for hard ground, soft ground, etc., etc., is pretty much the same. It has more hit points, but also I think it has less armor. Yeah, it only has more frontal hull armor, turret armor. Anyway, none of these tanks really have armor, so it's not that much. But that DPM, 400 more, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty nice. View range, signal range, yeah, that's not really all too big stuff. Camo values aren't currently available because these tanks are new, obviously, so there aren't any stats. Alright, let's get into the game, shall we? Alright, here we go, and it is also a home battle this time around. On the new map, the Hidden Village. We're gonna meet Naruto and Sakura and Sasuke and all the other people that live there, whose name I've forgotten. Well, Type 61. Tier 9 Japanese medium tank. We got a 105mm gun, like always. On the tank that has great gun depression, like perfect gun depression. Good alpha. And reload time that will just make you swoon all over it. It's basically a Leopard 1 on tier 9. Instead of the Leopard PTA's really bad reload, you have the good reload that the Leopard 1 has access to. Alright, for this map I'm gonna go up the hill. There's a really nice position over at G4. that you can use that's really good for tanks like this with good gun depression, and being a medium helps too. Although at times you're going to meet heavy tanks up there because it is the shortest road and people are going to take it just because of that. And there's also a really nice field. Armor on this tank, there is none. Japanese tanks are all the same. No armor. No single millimeter of armor. Just pretend you don't have any armor. Dodging skills are most important in these tanks. Getting that straight out of the way, learn to dodge shots. If you learn that, you're going to have a lot of fun with these tanks. If you don't, you're going to hate them. Or you're going to snipe, and, well, while you can do that, it's always better to not do that. Now I'm going to try to take shots at these guys, but these are really bad shots. Possibly, could always possibly hit, so I'm taking them anyway. And I don't want to go too far. As you can see on the minimap currently, they're pretty far ahead already. So basically, how far is that? Ah, goddamn, I can't see them right now. That's about 200 meters maybe, max. A little bit more, 300 maybe. And behind them are already sniper positions where most likely our tanks will be. So going further in is not an option with this tank. So I'm taking it here, taking a nice shot on the IS-4. He comes back, he knows, he saw me, he spotted me. Instantly get the hell out of here. And not even gonna try to fight him. Like, trading shots with a heavy works, because you have that DPM, but surely, no, just no, you don't want to do that. You want to hit them and they won't be able to hit you. Like a ninja, hidden village. Naruto and stuff, anime stuff, ninjas. As you've just seen, it's a good example, because why I don't have any armor. Pretty sure he just took one hit point from me by ramming me with a 7 kmh or so up a hill. So, there you go. Greatest armor ever. Now I-7 is coming up here. That's a pretty big threat. As you know, I-7 pre-angled armor is pretty troll armor. I'm trying to figure out a way. Important information about the map here. This hill can be climbed from all sides. There's no the degrees are not too high at any way or any side, so you can always from every side go up or down. It's important on this hill if you want to fight on it. Now I'm trying to figure out who am I going to hit from here. Can take a shot, taking a nice little shot on the WT, and dodging the shell from the I-7. Now, before I even took that shot, I was already prepared to move backwards. From the beginning, when I took aim on that waffle trigger, I was already preparing to dodge the I-7 shell. And that's something you want to have to do all the time. Taking out the 155 there. And you can see something really quick here, especially when you have the Leopard PTR or derivative at one point. That reload is just so sexy. Like, seriously, that reload is going to kill people so fast. As you can see here, trying to move around the I-7. He's playing a little bit weird. Not sure what he's after, but he's taking the shots at the moment. He's not caring. Now, there we go, a little bit of lag. Missing the shot. Bad shot by me too. Should have aimed further along the lines. Going down. Hello, friend. Now he, for some reason, realizes I'm there, takes a shot on me. I'm alright with that, and he's out of the game. Well, let's just say, well, the gun, I have already pretty much covered it. Great depression, great reload, great alpha, good penetration too. Really nice. Turret armor, there's none either. Like, seriously, there's zero armor on these things. It's like I'm repeating myself every single time, but it's one of the most important things to say. Here, there we go. I was shooting at him. He was shooting at me. He hit the side of my turret. Now we would say, that's a pretty bad angle. Yeah, it is. Apparently it's not enough to get the waffle trigger to miss you. Now I'm trying to trigger his next shot. Trying to make him shot and try to dodge that shot. There we go. He fires. I can go around and kill him. Preserve your hit points with this tank. It's probably one of the most important things to do. You know what? Tanks like this have to use their hit points. So what we want to do is preserve them. For example, I've seen that AT-15 before I tried to kill that IS-4, but I was like, AT-15 has pretty low alpha gun, fast firing, but low alpha, so I can take that shot. I can eat it, no problems there. And I can take another shot without problem. And he bounces actually. Wow, where did he bounce me? Oh, mantlet. Yeah, you don't want to shoot the mantlet of this tank. You want to go for the cupola at this point. I think I'm hold down actually. There's no other reason for him to go there. I'm trying to hit his mantlet, bouncing my shot. As you've seen, the gun uses APCR and heat. And that's basically it. I'm not going to get another shot on him. Alright, what else is there to say about this tank? Speed-wise, it's alright. It feels a little bit slow when you try to get somewhere fast. Like the Leopard PTI can really quickly relocate and be on the complete other flank at the moment's notice, just like that, snap, and he's there. This tank and basically none of the other Japanese tanks can do that. However, they have the acceleration and overall mobility to do small flanking maneuvers in a smaller area. They're still fast enough to do that. And you're probably going to have to do that a lot. Reversing speed is also very nice. That helps dodging shells a lot. View range is good. Camera rating is alright. I've got no sixth sense on either of any of these tanks because I don't have a 100% skilled crew, but from experience after a couple of battles, I would say it's pretty darn good. And that's pretty much it, yeah. Highly recommending getting this tank. I have so much fun in it. The tier 9, tier 10, tier 8, all of them. I have yet to find a Japanese tank that is not fun because they're basically all the same. Good gun, no armor, good mobility, and that's all I need. That's all I want from a tank. It's so much fun. Then again, it's basically, for me, it's compensation for playing the mouse all the time. Or often, not all the time, but often. It's compensation for driving a slow, high armor tank, I guess. Well, that's it. Type 61. Highly recommend getting one. It's pretty darn decent tank. Equipment-wise, the usual medium stuff. I, being paranoid, prefer optics because I like to see enemies. Rammer and the usual vents. Not vents, vertical stabilizer. These three, and that's it. I'm not sure about the fires. I have an automatic fire extinguisher just for the sake of having one, because it's the test server and I don't care. I haven't been set on fire yet, but since it is so completely unarmored, I would suggest just equipping one. They cost, what, 10,000, 20,000 credits? It's not that much for one fire that would potentially kill you otherwise. Alright, Type 61, Tier 9 Japanese medium tank. See you next time.